The culturally defined means in American society is based on American dreams. This word is very catchy. Hello friends, this is Mohammed Shahbaz Khan. Now I have come up with very interesting topic, which is string theory of the Merton. I have told you in my previous classes, R.K. Merton was an American sociologist. He was functionalist, also student of Parsons. He gave this theory to study the phenomena of rising crimes in American society. He developed this theory in 1940s to study the rise in crimes in a UN society at that particular point of time. So his study focused or restricted to American society. He says any criminal activity is an act of deviance. And deviance is what? Deviance refers to breaching the norms of the society. It means when an individual differ or deviate from the norms and the values and the laws of the society, that person will be called as a deviant. So here, any kind of crime which is illegal in nature is a deviant act. Here the criminals or the person who is committing that act, illegal act, is not prescribing or not following the prescribed norms or the laws of that particular society. So it is all about deviance. He further says this deviance activities or this deviance is particularly or deeply rooted in the culture and the structure of the society. This is very interesting. If any criminal activities happens or the crimes happens in the society, the reason behind this is rooted in the structure and the culture of the society. Further elaborating this concept, he says any society or a society or this cultural system of any society prescribe certain culturally defined means and the goals. These culturally defined goals or prescribed goals are cherished by all to attain success, and this goal is also prescribed by the culture of that particular society. As I have told you, his study was focused on American society. He was trying to study this rising crime, a phenomena which was prevalent in that particular point of time in 1940s. He says the culturally defined means in American society is based on American dreams. This word is very catchy. You can hear it. In fact, you can see these words in many of these Hollywood movies. American dreams. What is it? What is it all about? American dream, if I say, this is a principle, this is a kind of meritocratic principle which assure every American or every individual of American society to have equal opportunity irrespective of class, gender and ethnicity. This American dreams or this culturally defined means in fact encourage or motivate the individual or the member of that society to pursue the goals of success. The success in this particular context, in this context of American society, is what is all about having material advancement. It means accumulation of wealth, investment, reinvestment. The success factor is measured in a capitalist society like America in terms of income level. And to acquire this success, to acquire this material prosperity, an individual have to go through, have to follow certain means. And what are those means? That American society is a class-based society. The stratification system in American society is based on class, on income level. Though who has a more wealth are on the top of the hierarchy of that particular society. That could be categorized as upper class and the lower class. So in that particular society, if you have to become success, if you have to achieve American dreams, which offers you a limitless possibilities to have a wealth or to have a economic status where you belong to a upper strata of the society, irrespective of your position in the society. It means equality of opportunity to all class of the citizen, irrespective of class, ethnicity and gender. Anybody who has to attain a success in that particular society has to follow the means. And means is what? These are called institutionalized means. These means are, you have to get education, you have to get yourself skilled, you have to do more hard work. By following through these means, you can really attain success in that particular society. You can become rich or wealthy or belongs to upper strata of the society, and that is open to everyone. But the story is not end here. It is often seen in a society which claims that these societies are open to everyone, there is equality of opportunity to everyone, but there are certain kind of restriction in that particular society. There is a high possibilities that the elite of that particular society can close the rank so that it restricts the mobility or vertical mobility. It can also produce the glass ceiling effect. You cannot breach that particular barrier. Here in this context of this theory, according to the Merton, there is a strain in the society. There is a strain. The name of the theory is strain theory of the deviance. How deviance is created in a society. This strain is because of imbalance between culturally defined goals and culturally defined means. I have told you American dreams offers the limitless opportunities to everyone, but this is not the real picture. This availability of opportunity varies according to the class of individual or class of that person. where that person exists. For example, rich person has a more resources, more means to achieve the goals. At the same time, same resources or the same means is not available to the poor person. It means this means is different for everyone, to the every community in that particular society. Someone has placed at that particular strata, he is close to that means, he is having all that resources so that he can pursue this means. But at the same times, that person who belongs to this lower strata, they don't have this same amount of resources or the means. So in that case, this leads to the imbalance or the strain, kind of strain. So strain between culturally defined means or goals. In this context of American society, you have goals to become success, material advancement, to become wealthy. But is it so? Can anyone or everyone become successful through this institutionalized means? It means if anybody who are educated, well skilled or is hard worker can really become rich, is it so? Because of this strain, when an individual faces, irrespective of all those hard works, irrespective of all those efforts he puts into this through all legal means, he or she is unable to achieve this particular goal. In that case, a person feels frustration. Here, that person resort to crime or this illegal activity, or through this back channel, he or she tries to acquire the wealth in that particular society. Merton associates this phenomena with anomy. He says this phenomena of deviance is nothing but anomy. It means it creates anomy in the society. Anomy means the situation of normlessness, a kind of chaos in the society. This whole, when there is a strain in this, when there is an imbalance between means and the goals, this situation leads to the situation of phenomena of anomy in the society. So here Merton associate the phenomena of anomy with the deviance or vice versa. Again, elaborating this concept of deviance, he categorized American society into 5 categories. These are category of the class or category of the people in American society based on this deviance theory. He says this class of people, the first class of people which is conformist. Conformists are those people who mainly are the rich people of that particular society, who has all the resources. These are the upper class of that particular society, of American society. They have all the resources, they have all the means to acquire success or to achieve the goals. So this class conform to the means as well as the goals. The second class is innovators. These class of people belongs to the lower strata of the society. They are the poor people. They are the low class. Their income level is low as compared to the rich class in the class-based society such as America. These class of people, these lower class people don't have enough resources. It means their means are limited. They are born in poverty. They have limited opportunity to acquire success. So, what does it mean? It means this lower class of the people do not have enough resources to acquire success or to become wealthy, to become rich in American society. So, if there is this phenomena, what could be the consequence? These class of people pursue the goal. It means they have to become rich. They have to be vertically mobile in terms of getting wealth. They have to pursue the goal, but they don't have this means. In that case, they take a back channel. It means they resort to criminal activity or the illegal activity to acquire wealth in a society. For example, many of this lower class peoples resort to smuggling, drug trafficking, etc. So, in other words, this class of people do not conform to means, but they follow the goals. It means they pursue the goals. Another class of people, according to the Merton, in American society is ritualists. Ritualists are the people who are very much rooted, in fact, in this idea that they have to conform these norms and values. They have imbibed these norms and values in such a manner it becomes impossible, in fact it becomes very difficult for them to renounce these norms and values. Their honor is more respectable for them rather than getting rich. They are contained in that. This middle class of that American society fits into this criteria. Many of these honorable bureaucrats, clerks, teachers, professors, these white collar workers, they comes into this. They know that through their limited means they can never become that rich, that much wealthy, which puts them on the upper ladder of the society. But they are very much imbibed into the value and the norms of the society. So they never renounce any of these norms. So these peoples, if I say in other words, conform to the means, they follow all the means, institutionalized means, but their goal to become success is very far-fetched. Okay, so they don't conform to this goal of the society. Another class of the people, according to Merton, are retreatist people, retreatism. These class of people have nothing to do with the society. They are very much away from the norms, values, or the structure of the society. These people have nothing to do with the society because they are in their own world. They have nothing to do with this. Many of these drug addicts, psychopath, drunkard fits into this criteria. They are in their own world. For them, the culturally defined means and the goals are not that worthy because they are in their own world. They pursue their own goals. So these peoples neither conform to means nor goals. Another category of the people, which is the last category, which has been termed by R.K. Merton as rebel. These class of people or these peoples have no faith on the culturally defined means and the goals. they have different state of mind. They have this alternative perspective towards the social order. They neither conform to the means nor the goals of the society. For them, this conception or the perspective of the world is quite different. They generally set their own means and pursue their own goals. For them, societal goals or the values are non-existent to them. They follow their own set of means and the goals. For example, Naxalite, if you take the example of Naxalite, they want to establish a different social order which is based on the idea of communism, a different economic model. They don't conform to this idea of private property accumulation and through getting material success. No. They have different conception of this whole world. For them, the meaning of the success is different and the means is also different. The Naxalite, the Marxist or the communist are fit into this category. Again, according to the Merton, if anybody doesn't follow neither of the means nor the goals, or both of them, could be considered as a deviance. And this deviance is the result of what? This deviance is the result of strain in the society, strain between culturally defined goals and culturally defined means. In the next slide, I'll show you a table. Here, I told you this conformist, they follow the means, they have all the resources, but at the same times, they have to pursue the goals, and they do so because they are resourceful. For innovator, for them means are like far-fetched phenomena. They cannot pursue their goals by following these means because of this structural inequalities in the society. They don't have the same amount of means or the resources in comparison with conformists. In this case, they resort to illegal activity. They take this back channel doors to acquire the goals. Another category is ritualism. They follow the means. These are the middle class of the peoples, the bureaucrats, the clerk, the teachers. These peoples are very much strict to the rules and the values of the society. They have to follow this means, but at the same times they know out of their limited resources they can never pursue this, so they renounce this dreaming, getting rich, or they altogether renounce this American dream. Another category is retreatist. These retreatists, they have nothing to do with means and goals, as I have discussed. They neither follow the means nor the goals. Same is with rebel. For them, this worldview of that particular society is quite different from the general perception. They follow an alternative social order, or they want to establish another social order. For example, the communists, Naxalites, Marxists. These rebel people neither follow means nor the goals. In this case, they can establish their own means and pursue their own goals. For example, the Marxists, for them, a society should be a communist society, a classless society, where everybody is equal, a just society. And for that purpose, they don't believe in this the concept of private property. They denounce this idea of capitalism, the accumulation of wealth. They believe in the idea of equal distribution of the resources according to the need. So this Marxist comes in this rebel category. So now this was the brief of what R.K. Merton has said about the deviance in the society or the crimes in the society. So after discussing this strain theory, in any society, if I say a general example, in any society, crimes occurs or the individual resort to the criminal activity because of certain reasons. These reasons are rooted in the culture and structure of the society. It doesn't mean a criminal is born. The crime occurs due to the lack of equal opportunity to everyone. When these peoples see or admire to become successful or to become wealthy, but they are failed in doing so as these means are limited to them. In that situation, a frustration takes place, and this frustration led that people or pressure or compulsion led that individual to resort to crimes. So this is a very wonderful story. It means the crimes happens in the society. These crimes are the act of deviance, that is because of a strain in the society, and this strain is between culturally defined means and culturally defined goals. When there is an imbalance, this will always lead to the crime in society. So this was brief about strain theory of Merton. We will discuss with some other topic in my next classes. Thank you. Thanks a lot.